The most common questions about twin flames and the journey, video number 2. Question number 5. Does everyone have a twin flame? From my understanding, yes. But it doesn't mean you're going to meet them in this lifetime, depending on your soul plan. Now, in saying that, because we are going through so many changes on a planetary level, so many energetic shifts, there are going to be more twin flames being activated so they can go on their awakening journey to support those changes that we are going through as a collective, right? And I have also noticed that if you know a twin flame in your environment, meaning is a friend of yours, somebody that you work with, or somebody that is in your family, or maybe somebody that you have interacted with because you had a soul agreement with them, knowingly or without knowing that they were a twin flame. In any case, all of that will indicate that you're probably going to meet your twin flame in this lifetime. Not everyone, of course, but just because twin flames, when they are placed in an environment, what they do, they activate other twins so they meet their respective counterpart and start their own awakening journey. Now, for most people who have witnessed someone going through a twin flame journey, they definitely don't want to meet their twin flame compared to people who have only heard of the concept of twin flame or read it online. They really want to meet their twin flame. Question number 6. Can I help my twin flame heal? So yes and no. No, in the ways that you think you can. And yes, every time you do your own healing. So the ways that feminines are going to project this wanting to help their twin flame heal, it's not from the human ways, meaning that it's not by explaining to them, by telling them what to do, what they should do, because you have the perspective already, the higher perspective already, and you understand what it is, what the karma is, and all of that. And you know what this connection is about, and all of that. This is the human ways, and that's ego. So, and it's actually not helping them, because as soon as you think someone needs help, someone needs saving, it means that they don't have that power within themselves to do that for themselves, right? So you are actually, by wanting to help them, you are disempowering them, right? So the whole dynamic and the way it's designed is actually getting your power back for both twins, right? And it's exactly the same with everyone that you are going to be working with, because yes, you're mostly going to be working with your twin at the beginning of your journey, but after that, it's going to be with everyone in your life. And it's the same, that is friends, family, your co-workers, your comics, meaning that if they ask, it's different, because that means they are ready. And of course, if they ask, you tell them everything that you know, and you make all the information available for them to facilitate their healing. But that means they are ready, right? And it's coming from them. But if they don't ask, the only way you can help them is you tapping into the healing and looking for yourself, and then making that frequency, that healed frequency, available for them, and they will tap into it whenever they're ready. And when you do that, you are giving them the power back to do it for themselves. And sometimes it might not happen right away. And because that's exactly what they need. They need to go through another fall, maybe another derouted path. Maybe they need to go left before coming back on that side. It's just that everyone's journey is specific to what they really need to learn. And even though you can have the higher perspective already, and you can observe it, and you think you can help them by telling them already where they should go, like a shortcut, actually it isn't a shortcut, because you are literally taking that power away from them. And sometimes it's difficult to see that. I understand, because you just feel them, you just see them as stuck, or being in this same old pattern, or feeling like they maybe going around looping, or whatever it is. But maybe that extra time that they are staying in that energy, it's exactly what they need, because then when they come out of it, they will be that much more empowered, right? So it's really respecting what is exactly that the other person needs. And you are going to learn that with everyone that you are going to be working with, exactly the same way reflected in your twin flame, right? So the best way you can help anyone heal, including your twin flame, is going through your own healing, because everyone that has a connection with you, that has a soul agreement with you, they will benefit from that. And that is the nature of your bond, that one of you will start the healing for the other one to tap into it, and you're helping each other to do that. So it's not just one way. It's not just because you are aware of it that you're the only one doing it. They are also helping you to do that. So it's really two ways, right? It's also them. Whatever they say, whatever they do, it's there to serve your healing. They are helping you. So keep in mind and remember that every time you want to help somebody heal, including your twin flame, you are actually taking that power away from them, right? So be the healed frequency as a supportive energy for them to go through their own healing, unless they ask you for help. That's different. Question number 8. Should you send love and connect to your masculine while in separation period, no contact? No, I would say, just because, first of all, you are always connected. And second of all, the separation, no contact, the big one that everybody is aware of, it's put in place by your higher self, right? Because otherwise your interactions will become too destructive and you really need to focus back onto yourselves and do really deep work, right? So it's for your own good, your own kind of protection, let's say. So you are actually defeating the purpose of the separation period by wanting to absolutely connect to your counterpart, or physically or energetically. But in this case, we're talking about energetically to your counterpart. So I would recommend no. Obviously, sometimes if you really want to, that's, your choice. But I would say this, every time you go through a healing or transmutation with anyone in your life, because now you're in separation period, and no contact. When you have transmuted and you understand and you realize something, that's like a piece of a puzzle of your connection that clicks. And when that happens, you will automatically connect to your counterpart, to your masculine. And he comes from the best energy that you could possibly connect with, because he's coming from a healed energy and is from your heart center, and is really nurturing and beneficial to your connection, right? So it is actually the best way you want to connect to your counterpart, from that place, not from your ego, but from you going through your own healing. And when this energy of healing takes over and gives you this more understanding of your connection, and something that it was clouded before by a trauma or by a shadow or by a pattern or by a wound, now it opens up and you have the higher perspective and you are able to understand even more what your connection is about and how it works, and some aspects of yourself, therefore some aspect of your counterpart. And these realizations, they are jewels, they're amazing, because then it's going to give you this really higher and broader perspective on your connection, and little by little you're going to understand the perfect design of this connection, right? So I would trust the process and not try to control that, and intentionally having to connect with your counterpart, because it probably comes from these distorted energies of not wanting to lose them, scared that they're going to forget you, forget about this connection and all of that. And so it comes from a lot of projection and unhealed energy. So therefore it's not going to benefit your connection.